Mardi 22 octobre, 19h35, un avion pour Mickey Rourke et cargo de nuit à l'arrivée. I saw the one you did for the French television.
Oh, you did?
In a restaurant.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
A very nervous one. The title was Mickey s'énerve.
What is it?
Mickey gets angry.
Oh, you mean it wasn't nervous, it was angry?
Yes, really angry, yes.
Yeah, there is a difference. Watch out, you guys, right?
Après Rumblefish de Coppola et Le Pape de Greenwich Village, Rourke explose dans L'Année du Dragon, le nouveau film de Michael Cimino. Son rôle de flic à Chinatown a suscité pas mal de controverses. Aux États-Unis, Mickey ne parle plus à la presse.
When we finished the movie, since the critics in New York, especially in Los Angeles, since they opened the door for all this negative hostility and hatred toward Michael, it opened the door for sort of a political turbulence to sort of spread, where you got a city councilman in Los Angeles whose name is Wu, where he just got elected to office, and he took an opportunity to say that we made a racist film, and all of a sudden the politicians are involved in it. But it's because the critics start this shit, because Michael puts a hair up their ass, because he makes them see something that they don't want to see. And there was people who were paid money, paid $32 an hour, to stand in front of the movie theaters and tell people not to go in and see our movie. I have nothing against critics if they want to, do what they're supposed to do. If they're supposed to say they have a duty to the public, to inform the public if it's a good movie, if it's a bad movie. And if it's good, fine. If it's bad, fine. But not to come on with their whole personal hatred toward this particular artist. I think that's uncalled for. I feel it's unforgivable. And I feel that if they're going to deal with me on a personal level, then let's deal, motherfucker, Let's deal, Jack. There is no glorification of a superhero. And why the critics in New York, especially in Los Angeles, why they get so uptight with Michael, is he portrays certain individual Americans, their emotions, their feelings with a sense of truth, how it really is. Well, the way I worked on the character was I spent about 3.5 months with a Los Angeles police homicide detective whose name happened to be Stanley, who was a former Vietnam veteran who is a very highly decorated police officer, and I used him as pretty much my physical stereotype, how he would more or less deal with the situations that a policeman is involved in, especially certain murders, the way you almost have to detach your own emotional feelings about dealing with death. And I watched the way when he walked up to a dead body, so I was able to observe him firsthand. He gave me a little beeper. And for 3 months, he would beat me. I'd be sleeping, I'd get up, he'd tell me where the killing was, and I would go there, and I would observe him, I'd observe the coroner, I would observe the way he would instruct the younger policemen, and I also watched the way that these younger policemen really valued his experience and really sort of wanted to be a cop like him. It meant a lot to them. I've seen directors not get along with a cameraman, a director of photography, because the director of photography was very much cared about his work, and the director wanted to treat him like a second-class citizen. And I've seen that disturb a movie. I feel everybody has to work together. So if I meet a director of a very high reputation, if I can't sit in a room and look at him and hear you know, maybe what I want to hear. There's no way I'm going to get on the set. I'm not working out of fear. And I know I've seen it. I've been fortunate enough to see and work with men who work out of what their belief is. And I've seen actors and directors, producers and critics who their whole life is based on fear. They want to be accepted so badly. They want to have a big commercial hit. They don't want to make any waves. Or they don't want to. What makes Coppola so wonderful is that he commits himself. He goes over the end to experiment, to go into areas that everyone else is afraid to go into. He's a pioneer, he's opening new territories, new trails. Along the way, he's getting scalped, but at least he's heading west, you know what I mean? And I respect him for that, and he's the kind of man that I want to be around.
It was written for an older person, and that was the only difficulty we had, was trying to make the guy like 10 or 15 years older, He had done like about a year and a half's worth of research on all the material with the Chinese, so he really knew what he was doing. I mean, so much shit went down on Heaven's Gate, because of how much it cost at the time. And then UA folding and whatever happened there. He was, I think, for the rest of his career, judged on that. Then the book came out, maybe all that's hit him now, I don't know, But when Michael's, like I say, when Michael's on and he's on the floor and he's sort of left alone, he's nobody could touch him.
Hello, Will. How's the view up there?
See a long way.
Still believe in keeping high police profile, huh?
You wore your uniform once in a while, wait. You'd know the police visibility is the strongest deterrent to crime.
Well, Will, it doesn't look like you're deterring too much around here lately.
Aren't you in the wrong precinct, Captain?
Not really. They gave me a new command.
Oh, yeah? What'd they give you?
Chinatown.
Stanley, commander of the 5th Precinct and the most decorated cop in New York City, has declared war on Chinatown.
I got a complaint about you already.
Today, there were 43 gang arrests, 3 gambling parlors raided, 6 sweatshops busted.
You're only meant to shake up the gang kids.
And now, an opening blow at the man who's been called the godfather of Chinatown, Joey Tai. Mr. Tai, can you tell us if there is such a thing as the Chinese mafia? Mr. Tai, what is your comment? Mr. Tai, do you have any comment?
Let me make this real clear to you right here and now. Joey Tai goes to the mayor goes to me, and the word is lay off.
You think gambling, extortion, corruption are kosher?
What Chinese mafia? The investigation's in your mind.
These people are the biggest importers of heroin in this country.
The point here is you cease and desist.
Nobody wants to win this thing, do you?
You don't like it, resign.
Maybe everybody's right. I'm chasing something that doesn't exist.
This is not the Bronx or Brooklyn. It's not even New York. It's Chinatown, Pate. It can be very easy or it can be very hard.
You care too much, Stanley.
How can anybody care too much?
Probably the one who touched me the most is Cimino. And that's a very sad one for me because Cimino's someone who I would, love to work with again. And if he comes back around, I'd like to go for a ride with him again because he was just so demanding. He just challenged your ass.